Disclaimer. This video and all its contents are Ngozi's opinion and that of some people who contributed. We're all entitled to our opinions, so enjoy.
Set a standard.
Set a
And
standard.
say, I will not tolerate this.
Like, I always tell people, why I didn't grow up with my actual father, but my father never laid a finger on me. So why should you?
Why should you?
So
That's the victim. Number two, the witnesses. We who see it. I who see my sister getting beat up. Let's play this scenario.
Okay.
So I'm your sister, and you've seen two black faces, and you see a black arm, and you're like, you already in your mind, fire alarms have gone off because in fact you've seen the way he has been speaking to me, right? Then you now tell me what's up, and I tell you, babe, don't mind him, John. We were fighting physically. I beat him. Don't worry, I beat him, and we rolled down the step. But it's fine.
okay, so I'm being 100% honest.
Yes.
This is me. First of all, you wouldn't have married that guy if you were my sister.
Okay, so I've
now
married
if you have married the guy, okay, I'm trying to find a diplomatic answer.
Yeah.
But
Don't be diplomatic.
okay,
Keep it real.
because to be honest, like my family, no go. I would go to any length to protect my family. That's just the type of person I am. But
You
if
wanna be
it's
a Queen Jazz fan.
but if you're my sister, I will first of all make sure and make it a point that you leave that marriage, that the man does get the punishment that is due to
Babe, I'm
him.
not leaving my husband.
So,
He
I
gets
mean,
angry. I
trust me.
understand. Yemi has his problems, and he drinks. He's working on the alcohol and everything.
Don't
but,
worry.
babe. I understand, and even now, he has,
know
it
the-
hasn't happened in like 3 months because
Okay.
I know the nudges. Like when he comes home late, I don't leave him because he likes his space.
Okay, so you know there's one thing they call battered woman syndrome, right? So it's actually a disease.
That's just grammar.
Okay, battered woman syndrome is something where in your mind you can't like physically think for yourself. So if I step in to a lawyer or to a judge and tell you my
I'm finna be
sister
your
is
brain.
being, yes, I will be your brain.
I'm gonna be your
so
brain
you're gonna
because you
tell
done
me
lost it.
you're not leaving. I'm gonna be like, no, my sister is mentally
She's mentally
unstable. So
She got
you're getting out.
BWS, battered woman syndrome.
You're getting out.
Number 3, society. Because we talked about it at the beginning. So society says go home. Society says shh. I've noticed now a lot of celebrities, not a lot, but some female celebrities are coming out and saying, oh, see what happened in my marriage. And society is like,
Talk too much.
you talk too much when you will not shut up. Something. You know?
So my thing with society is that, first of all, society is us. So I noticed one thing, we always like to point fingers at other people and say,
society.
this is what society is doing.
Meanwhile,
No,
this
it's
is
what we
society.
are doing. You know, we constantly try to keep family private, keep this private, forgetting that you are the community.
But family should be private-ish.
Okay, it should be private in the regard that I should not be seeing what you're doing in your bedroom on Instagram.
Fair enough.
Okay, but if I'm seeing black eyes, you understand what I'm trying to say? I should be able to step in as just a person who cares.
As a human
As a human being. We should have heart, we should have compassion. I always ask people, if you're saying, oh, this person should deal with it, what if it happens to your own sister or your mom or your child?
Yeah.
How would you respond to that?
I've heard that there are some people in society that feel that it is normal for your husband to beat you
Oh, it's not normal.
because for him to correct you.
No.
Because sometimes you misbehave, so you should be corrected.
Your father should have done that already.
Your father,
I don't see why your husband is doing that.
Pause. Hear ye. Your father should have disciplined you.
Exactly.
In the event that you then get married as an adult, you're not a child bride. That's a topic for another day. You're an adult in your 20s, 30s, whatever, even 40s. A man comes and marries you. He is not your father. Don't beat me. Is it correction? She's right. Your father should have done that. In the event that my father did not do it, and you now saw me and thought, oh, she nice. Then you dated me, you talked to me, took me out a couple of times. I want to marry her. Suddenly now I want to continue my home training. No. I don't understand you. Do you want to open a school perhaps? No. And go and start? Right?
It's wrong.
Your father should have done that. So don't, yeah. So as a community, the first thing is it starts with us. We are community.
Yes.
Don't say, society says, yeah, what do you say?
Exactly.
Because that's your society.
Exactly.
Your society.
It takes one. I always say it takes one man to change his community. Dr. Martin Luther King did it. Malcolm X did it. So many amazing leaders in the world did it.
Amazing.
One
Minister
person.
Louis Farrakhan, who I love.
Yes.
But I love him. I love him.
One person can change.
Yeah.
Everything.
So start with you. When you hear that someone has been abused emotionally, physically, mentally, what is your reaction? That's what society is.
Yes.
Fantastic. Number 4, the kids.
The kids is,
I cannot even, because I've heard people say, I've heard a man say, look, let her keep doing this. You know, she's the one is the abuser. And he said, well, because of my kids, I'll stay. Like he thinks that it's better for a man. What is it? I don't even know.
Okay, so I have a huge problem with people that say that. Number one, you're not staying because of your kids. You're staying because you're selfish. Let me tell you why. You're watching your children. They're people. They soak everything.
Everything.
No matter if they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, they're soaking everything in. You're training them. You're training them to be abusers. You're training them to be victims. You're training them that that's the way love is. It's supposed to be. So you're actually doing your children injustice by encouraging that. So one thing I always tell people is that if you're saying you're staying in your marriage because of your children, first of all, you're lying and you're being selfish. Second of all, talk to those children and ask them how they feel about this certain situation, whatever situation that they're in.
Talk, they're too young.
Some children are young, they won't talk, but you yourself as a mother, you should know. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I didn't grow up like this, especially if you didn't.
But let me ask you this, right? You saw abuse. Does that mean what? Like, you know, like they say when a young boy sees his dad abusing his mom and his mom stayed, chances are he will abuse his wife.
Yes.
But aren't there people who don't continue that?
Yes, there are.
Fantastic. So why is there one case and then a guy makes an excuse? Oh, my dad used to beat my mom and she stayed. What are you shouting about?
Okay, that's not an excuse. First of all, that person is doing
madman.
playing psychological games with you.
Right.
But
because no, but why is it psychological games? He doesn't think there's anything wrong with it. For him, I need to beat her to discipline her.
Okay, so he grew up in that way.
Correct.
But he went to school. He met other people in society. He's seen other relationships. He knows that that's not right. He saw his mom crying. He saw broken bones. He saw blood. He knows it's not right.
It's not right.
It's an excuse. So one thing I tell people is that if you see something, we're not monkeys. It's not monkey see, monkey do. This is something that we know it's wrong and we're not supposed to be doing it. But as a child, you do have to go for counseling.
Wow.
You have to, I had to go to counseling for a long time because I had anger, like serious anger issues when it came to that. So.
And did you know you were carrying anger? Or you were just exhibiting it?
When I was little, I was just lashing out, and trying to be like,
but were you in
crazy and
Nigeria?
stuff like that. I was in Cameroon at that stage.
You see, the thing is, I also think that children in Nigeria, if you're lashing out, they would say there's something wrong with the child.
Yes, there's some.
Just be shout.
Trust me, it's not just in Nigeria. In America, they do it too.
Okay.
So when I was little, I was lashing out until the day I kind of broke down.
Wow.
And that's when, and even my opinion of men was horrible. So horrible. I thought every guy was evil. Every guy wanted to hurt me. Yes. So I had to go through counseling for that.
So that helped.
It did.
Wow.
It did.
So you advise?
I would advise you go to counseling.
Yeah. Talk to someone.
Talk to somebody.
We've joked about this thing before. The amount of mad people we have walking around the streets of Nigeria. When I say mad, I'm not saying like local, like mentally unstable people who have gone through things that they did not get help for. They just buried it and swallowed it because society said, oh yeah, pick up, keep going.
Yeah.
And now they're acting out in relationships, acting out in school. They say, this one that he's not passing his exam, read your book. They will not force him down. Meanwhile, in his mind, all he's thinking about is how his mom was beating his dad.
Yes.
Or how his dad was beating his mom and dragging her by the hair across the floor. But nobody's asking him his opinion. Go to your room and read your book.
Exactly.
He needs counseling.
He needs counseling. It's psychological abuse is the worst thing ever. And if you're abusing your spouse, you're abusing your children as well because they're getting emotionally abused, psychologically abused, and sometimes physically abused if they're trying to defend the other parent. So it's a lot that you have to deal with. A lot that you have to deal with.
Let me
Oh, and I wanted to say something.
Yes,
sorry,
please.
quickly.
Oh, please.
When it comes to mental issues. This is a huge problem I have with Africa. Depression, suicide, all of these things that people go through. We're frowned upon like it's some people even say it's a spirit. Some religious people are like, just pray it and it will go away.
Yeah, somebody's following him from
You
the
need
village.
to talk to someone you can trust.
Who is you, the depressed person?
The person who is going through that situation, you need to talk to someone. And if you have a friend that's in that situation, you should also look at the signs. Does that person like to be alone? Does that person cry often, emotionally unstable?
Yes.
Some people are too happy.
Wow.
They fake it. It's all
Like
fake. They
excess
always try.
joy.
Yes, they always try to be happy, to keep a fake smile and fake personality going, so
get
people
through
don't
it.
see what's actually going on. So sometimes I had a friend recently who he's like always trying to be extremely, extremely happy, but inside he's dying. Like dying.
Oh, this human race though. This human race though.
So I had to like sit him down and I was just like, I see past it. And he just started crying.
Oh.
That's all I said. I see past it. And he started crying. And I
You're
was like,
I'm just okay.
okay, but I already knew because like
You know this stuff.
I've been through everything.
Do you have because do you have like do you have an NGO? Do you do
Yes,
something?
I actually have a foundation now that
really
I've
sound
just
versed.
started.
Okay.
Okay.
What is it called?
It's called Dominate with Love.
Dominate with Love.
Yes, Dominate
Okay.
with Love. I have an Instagram page for
Let's
it.
follow her on
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes, and
Spread the message.
yes, funny enough,
Because
I started it from a song. It became, I got inspiration from a Bob Marley song.
Which
I
one?
mean, Michael Jackson song, sorry. Man in the Mirror.
That's my favorite song.
Yes,
of all
if you
time.
want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change.
If you
And
want to
yes.
make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make the change. Yeah.
So,
Na 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 na. Never mind. Don't get me started on Michael Jackson. Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, I was listening to that song one day and I was like, wait, I always talk about this stuff and I'm always, rallying people up. Why don't I start something, that
Who's
can actually
Dominique?
make a change? Dominate with love.
Dominate.
Yes, dominate.
Dominate with love.
Dominate with
Oh,
love.
dominate with love.
Yes.
Oh, she just said dominate with love.
Sorry.
With her AFC. Dominate with
Dominate
love.
with love.
Awesome, awesome. Number 5, and we've talked about it already, the role of the family, the extended family.
Okay.
In this matter. Let me talk about someone who maybe has experienced abuse and is depressed. What role does the family play for that person? Because maybe the person just wants to be left alone and doesn't even agree that he or she is depressed. There are people like that who are like, well, there's nothing wrong with me, I'm fine. But everybody can
We
tell.
know that, yeah.
Yeah, but that person doesn't want the help.
Okay, for
That's
people like that, they have built a wall. So your duty as their family member is to press and press until you can break it.
Wow.
Not trying to overshadow them with, you must tell me, what's wrong, or make them feel like there's something wrong with them. But no, making them feel accepted and that they're loved. Love can break any wall. That's what I believe. That's why my organization is called Dominate with Love, because love is the answer to.
I want to believe that. I
It
do, but
is.
because what if the people like, don't want help, right? And you're pressing and pressing and pressing, and then some people become destructive.
No,
Like,
what I'm
at
saying-
what
what I'm
point
saying-
is there self-responsibility? Is there any
Okay.
point?
Oh yes, there is.
Yeah, where it's like,
There
okay,
is.
you need to also get up and decide
Yes,
that
there
you want
is.
to
You
do
have
that.
to decide that you need help and you want help. Because like I said, the more you keep inside, you will just end up boiling up, dying,
And
from
exploding.
it, and that's it.
Kaboom. A lot of what I'm hearing is self-awareness.
Yes.
You need to know yourself. You need to understand if there are issues, you need to know that you need. And also you need to watch out for those that you love.
Yes.
And then you who is being loved, also watch out for those who love you.
Yes.
And treat them well.
Yes.
Keep them close.
Yes.
Queen Ja, thank you so much.
Well, thank
I
you for
almost feel
having
like
me.
I almost feel like I've been schooled. I came in here thinking, domestic, I'm just gonna talk about going to bash. But it's deep. It's a big problem.
It is.
For the person who is being abused, for family, for society, for the children, we all have a role to play in this domestic violence situation, both where the man is being abused and the woman is being abused. Follow Dominate with Love on Instagram.
Yes.
She's spreading the love. She's helping to support people.
Yes.
She's helping to get the message out there so that people know that it is real, so that you stop feeling shame. And at the same time, do your part.
Yes.
Self-responsibility. If you have any questions, please send them to the email address on the screen. If you have any comments, please make them by all means. Thank you so much for watching. Before we go, I'm going to ask Queen Jod, as usual, 5 questions. Favorite meal of all time?
Alfredo pasta.
Hey!
It's
Is our
something-
problem.
It's
Is my problem with extra white
That's my-
sauce? Oh my God. With chicken or?
chicken.
Chicken.
Oh,
Girl.
just-
When you're taking a picture, pout or smile?
I'm not gonna lie, I hate smiling in pictures.
Oh.
I'm like, I am.
She a pout person.
I'm a pout person.
Okay. Number 3. What do you feel is your greatest achievement?
For now, I'll say my organization.
Oh, dominating with love.
Yes.
Absolutely. Number 4. What is one thing on your bucket list? One thing you want to do before you kick that bucket?
My song to sing with Beyonce, to be honest.
Oh,
I
wow.
love her. I'm sorry, I love her. I just do.
I mean, we all
She's
do,
one-
but wow, that is
Yes.
that's part of bucket. That's your pool. Yeah.
It's gonna happen. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Queen B, if you're watching this, because we
gonna
might stalk you. So I see we're one of millions talking now. Number 5, taking a shower, singing or choir. You're probably singing in the shower.
I sing.
I was gonna say, duh.
I do.
because you sing in the shower. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much, guys. Until next time, you have to say keep it real. Keep it real.
Keep it real.
Bye.